What's going on, peeps? It's Wrath here, hanging out today, playing some more Watcher of Realms. Today, I'd like to give the gear dungeon a bit of a try. We unlocked it yesterday after we got crazy lucky and knocked out stage 18 on Gear Raid 3. I did go back and 3-star that. We were like literally 1 HP short of knocking the dude out. I just went back, did it again, cleared it up real easy. So we have gotten 3-star on all the gear raids now, unlocked the gear dungeon, and because the gear dungeon has a really sweet shop in it, especially for like farming gear, getting 400 auto fights every month that you can just kind of buy out is really, really nice. So I want to make sure that I can actually attack in the gear dungeon and get some of these little, what do they call them, dungeon crystals, so that I can buy those. So that's going to be like the main goal today. After we run through our campaign stages, we'll come back and try probably stage 1 in both Gear Dungeon 1 and Gear Dungeon 2. Hopefully make some progress, at least in one of them, and then we'll be able to buy out some nice things from the shop. If we get crazy lucky in the next 20 days and are capable of pushing into like stage 2, because the power jump in Gear Dungeon is much different than in Gear Raid. Since there's only 10 total stages, the power it just gets much harder, much faster. Stage 3 is a big stopping point for a lot of people in the Gear Dungeons, but for this account, being that we're Epic only and pretty fresh into the game, stage 1 will probably be pretty much a stopping point for a little bit until we get stage 2 figured out. The immunities that come into play get a little bit annoying. So stage 1, that's the big goal. Stage 2, obviously, I'm not even going to mess with it right now. It's way up there in power. We're way down there in power. But eventually that would be nice. Stage 3 is the absolute dream because that's when we can start unlocking forging materials to make our own gear, which would be really, really nice. Plus you get just better chances at getting good stuff. So that said, let's go ahead, swap over, and start doing the campaign. Not this, not that, the campaign. We're going to jump into Expert here, probably just finish up Chapter 3. It's what the storyline wants us to do, so we'll go ahead and finish this up. It is 6 quests, but whatever, might as well do it. I don't think it'll be too difficult. It's starting to scale up a little bit in power. We're about 200,000 now. We do have 3 crystals to defend, but I do believe that these 2 are just air bugs going into, so we should be all right on that, especially with 2 marksmans. Now, here comes the real question. Nah, we'll just leave it like it is. It's like I could drop somebody else out and bring like my marksman lord in for the extra range, but I'm just not gonna worry about that. Let's just run it like it is, see how it works. I think on this top one, it is a 2-tile gap between the crystal and here, so you actually would need to put your hero aimed up. For down here, we can do this with Idril just pointing down. I believe she prioritizes air, so that shouldn't be too big of a deal, even though that guy has some HP on him. We've got plenty. Go ahead and just pop her aimed up this way. I hope she can take out the dude on her own. If not, we might have to help her out with something like Navras, which we can do just like this. You might get distracted on units coming this way, but that's alright. Hopefully it's alright. We don't know it's alright, we just feel it's going to be okay. It's looking fine. Alright, so let's go ahead and get our fighters down like this and like this. And that should cover everything. We can drop our healer right here and heal everyone on the field if we do need heals. I doubt it's going to be a very important thing. Oh, we have a boss. How long do we have a boss for? Not long. Get wrecked, nerd. Okay. Go ahead and pop our healer down, get everybody top back off, sip some coffee. Delicious. But yeah, that's just why you love Idril right there. And it's nice because I think this next summoning event that's coming up, it comes out tomorrow. I probably won't summon tomorrow. I'll wait till Friday to do my summons, just because, you know, viewership on the weekend tends to be a little bit higher. But Idril is one of the heroes that does drop in that event as an increased drop chance epic. Since she's probably going to be like my main carry for Gear Raid 3, especially now that we're in like 319 territory, that's going to be really, really tough to beat. And she's probably going to be like my best chance at actually beating that. So I'm probably just going to have to really focus on getting her to A5 as fast as possible and gearing her up like crazy if we ever want to push into 319. But right now, definitely happy being at 18 on all of them, don't get me wrong, very enjoyable, and I will be farming the crap out of those to get some gear, but, you know, future-minded me, I want to go ahead and grab out some Idril copies. Since she's on offer, I'll go ahead and do my summons. Since I'm, you know, obviously not going to worry about getting, like, the limited hero or anything on this account, can't use them anyway, makes sense to go after the good epics. So, Stage 1 down, Stage 2, or I guess Stage 6, Stage 7, whatever. You get the idea. Stage 2 for the day coming up. 2 crystals to defend. A lot of real estate here in the center, so I'm not too terribly worried about it. We can do like so. What do we got coming up? Just a lizard bro, and then probably a lizard bro on that side or something too. Looks like it. I don't think they'll be too crazy. They hit fairly hard, but it's not bad. Sorry about that. How do I want to run this? I guess this technically makes the most sense because it'll allow me to have all the platform tiles available for my heroes. I think the bugs are all going to come in the middle, so I'm just going to pop Edril probably back here like this, and maybe Brienne up close. The reason I want Brienne here, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Either one probably works. Is I could pop her ult and get a little bit of AoE on the guys that are walking in this way, but I guess probably wouldn't change if she was back here either. So, whatever. Is what it is. These guys, I think they might drop bombs when they die. I can't really remember. I think that's what they do. I think they just, like, explode. We'll just throw this guy right here. He can cover both the tiles in front of the fighters. A little bit of magic damage to help with these more heavily armored units. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. It's looking pretty good for now. But yeah, I'd definitely love to do a few hundred gear raid runs. Try to get some decent gear, maybe even if we're lucky, some ancient gear, and try to gear up my team a little bit more holistically instead of having like 1 or 2 heroes with good gear on and everybody else is just kind of scrapping together whatever has somewhat decent stats on it. I'd like to actually be able to farm some legitimate sets, get like some Night Terror and stuff going on, because that's going to be a big difference maker in our overall damage output in every area of the game. But it's going to make a big difference in boss damage, and that's kind of what I like doing the most is like boss fighting. So that's going to be the big goal going forward. Stage 7 complete. Moving into Stage 8. Sip some more coffee in the meantime. Oh yeah. There we go. 25 more diamonds. We have a buttload of diamonds. I'm not sure how many summons we actually have available to us right now. We have 144 in summon form in crystals. We're about to have like 150 pretty much when we pull all this stuff out. But 22,000 diamonds, I mean, that's like 250 plus summons. Like we've got like almost 400 summons to drop. That's crazy. I don't know if I want to drop them all pulling for Edrils, or if I want to kind of split them up into like 200 and 200, and you just never know. There could be a really good epic that pops up on offer, and I would hate to not be able to pull for it, like a Maul or Deimos comes around again and I can snag for him, or even Dolores or something, get her to Awaken 5, I don't know. Let's go ahead and drop this one down. Only 1 crystal to defend, shouldn't be too bad. Got bugs up top. I think we got healers in the bottom. If I remember this one correctly, I think, yeah, healers come in down low. So we can just kind of smoke those out with a single dude. Do like this. She should be able to take care of these guys coming in on this side. We can, obviously... We're good. I'm not going to worry about healing her right yet. I think she'll be alright. I might have made a terrible decision. Just kidding. Was never even worried, okay? It wasn't even remotely scary for me. But yeah, we'll go ahead and pop our archers in over here. Take care of the bugs that spawn in. Help take care of some of the enemies. He'll take care of the healers down here by himself, no problem. Guess I can just aim her that way to double up on those dudes. That'll be fine. I could have aimed her down, because I think she can handle the bugs by herself, but it'll be alright. Medan should be plenty healing for this. I don't think anybody comes in on this line that can attack ranged, so they could attack this platform tile that's not healed. Don't think that's going to be a problem for us. We should be okay. Everybody looking pretty good. I'm just going to let it run out, sip some more coffee. Keep the throat lubricated. You know how it is? Good old lubrication. I guess there is some purple explodey bugs. They popped out there and dive bombed to hit both of those guys. But it's no big deal. Like I said, AoE heals on Medan. Really, really solid healer. Love her for a ton of content. Really, really good. Pretty much your epic version of Elowen. I don't know. Hollow's they're kind of a mix. Because she has like rage regen and whatnot, and she doesn't. But whatever. She's your dispeller. She's good. You love her, okay? AoE heals is just good. There we go. Stage 8. That was Stage 8, right? I feel like that was Stage 8. It was Stage 8, I believe. In my heart. Was I right? I was right. Alright, so stage 9 coming up. Shouldn't be too bad. Again, we're well over the power. A lot of different angles to come in on this one. I believe this is where you start merging the little green bros. They become bigger green bros. I'm not too terribly worried about them. When they're unmerged, they're not very strong. You can't stop this side from merging. They're just going to merge, just the way they're going to be. They're just going to do that to you. Top side, he should be able to... Oh, we got a bug. Oops. Well, it's a suicide bug, right? It's going to blow itself up, so we shouldn't worry about it too much. But probably should have paid attention to that. That would have made a lot more sense to be, you know, wary of such thing. And then I guess I can pop you like this. This way you can both kind of snipe those bugs out relatively fast. Take care of these guys. Shouldn't be an issue. Healer. I mean, we can leave her out in the cold, and I'm going to do exactly that because I said I would. Pop her ult, take out some of these little dudes. Take out this guy. I guess we could send someone to help on this area. I don't think Wrath needs it. So I'm actually going to probably do like this. It may be a very stupid idea, but oh yeah, she's still an ult. She's still sniping dudes out. But why not? Just pop him there. It'll work. I don't know if anyone actually takes this path or not. If they do, he'll contribute. If they don't, well, he won't. So we're not going to worry about it too much. Yeah, see, look at him contributing. He's doing work. Pop his ult here. Just make sure no one sneaks past Wrath. Oh, that was close. I did not know they sent out 3 lizards at once there. That one got sketchy on me. I didn't see that coming. But it's okay. We popped that Navras ult, managed to clutch it up in the last second. We're good to go. Only 2 enemies left. No matter what they are, there's no way they're going to sneak past me. Go ahead and pop those down. And... crap, was that stage 9? I think that was stage 9 complete. Only 10 and 11 left to go. Making progress, making it fast. Bam! 2.5 minutes. Love to see it. 25 more diamonds. Alright, stage 10. Then we got a boss. I'm not sure who the boss is on this one. I've already kind of forgotten. 1 crystal to defend. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Always like single crystal defenses. It's just the easiest. You can kind of focus all your heroes in one area and you're good to go. How do we want to do this? I know that I think bombers come out of this. They're gonna be that way about it. We'll do it like this, and then we'll do it like this. That makes a lot of sense. I like that. Back to back, butt to butt. They're doing things. It's great. As for my healer, I could put her right here, and this will cover pretty much every tile that I need to cover. I can throw like, sorry, throat. Throw her here to handle these guys. She'll also snipe some of these dudes here. And then I can put like Navras up here on top. He'll still be covered by the healer. He'll help do a little bit of damage. I think he'll be okay down here to cover this by himself. But you never really know. So if I do have to, I can throw Brienne in. I just don't know if they bring in like poison units or whatnot. So I don't want to throw her out. That said, I'm going to throw her out because I never listen to my own advice. I don't think there's any ranged attackers that come in. If they do, I can always pick her up and sell her to avoid the death. Because I think that's kind of the stipulation for 3-star now, is you can't have heroes die. That's no big deal. We should be fine. If I really have to and I'm coming down to it, I can swap Medan out to like Vortex or Hollow just to gain that larger attack range and be able to heal everybody on my team instead of just a select few. But so far, it's looking pretty good. Only 5 enemies left, and they're getting kind of chopped up pretty quick. So yeah, not a big deal. Going down. If the boss is the same one it was on the first stage we did, probably won't be too big of a deal. But I'll be real honest, I have no recollection. I forgot already who it is. There we go. 25 more diamonds my way. I'll take it. And the final stage of Chapter 3. Okay, it's the plant dude. I forgot about this guy. Kind of an annoying fight. They had like I have like PTSD from the Cosmic Trials just seeing this boss. Oh man, those were rough. But do we have still 6 heroes? Yeah, 6 heroes. We're good. Oh wait, maybe no one dying wasn't a problem. Whatever, doesn't matter. I don't like people to die anyway. Makes me feel like I lost. But 2 marksmen should be good. Brienne's great for this, doing AoE damage. I like her for it. Medan's a great healer here. I can pop her like probably on this tile and be okay. And 1 fighter on each side. Should be more or less good to go. Let's go ahead. Pop this in 2x. They're going to bring in ground units first, so that's not a big deal. We can just pop you in like this. I don't know if they bring a ground unit on top rather quickly. Ooh, that kind of hurt a little bit. But I think I would like to get her here relatively fast, take care of these plants, but also as the bugs come out, having her be able to pop her ult and can AoE nuke everyone down will be great. Probably go ahead and get her in as well, just because I'm not sure when they start bringing other ground units on the top side, but I'd rather be ready for it than not. Get Navros here in the back to help support my fighters, make sure they're not getting swarmed by too many people at once, and then we'll drop Idril right up here up front. Oh, he only attacks the ground units? And she's dead, so I really overthought that one. I feel like a fool now, because the boss got absolutely nuked. Oh my goodness. Well, yeah, Cosmic Trials just ramped my whole brain up. That was an ordeal. You know what I'm saying? That was just an absolute ordeal. It was a good idea. I kind of liked it, but I really wish they would have like either A5'd like every hero that was in it, so they were all like the same, or made every hero like an A0. So it was all pure strategy and how you placed your heroes that mattered. But having the Awakenings also play a role in it made it much easier if you had awakened heroes, and almost impossible without them. So, I mean, it was still a cool concept. I did kind of like it. It was definitely stressful, and the amount of time I spent losing on that was a lot. a lot. But there we go. Sip some coffee. Grab an ancient summoning crystal. Already got 5 of them bad boys back. I'll take it. And that is chapter 3 complete. Let's go back and grab out all of our delicious loot here. Bam, 149 of this bad boys. Looking good. And storyline completed. Grab out 20 more of those diamonds like that. Go ahead and grab out 2 more summoning crystals. Looking great. Now we're over 150. Love to see it. Obtain mythic extracts from motion rate. Well, thank you. We'll get that done eventually. I'm not like in a huge rush to finish this one out. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, grabbing an extra mythic artifact, never a bad thing, and one of these, why not? But Volca, obviously going to be unused on this account, which is going to make Gear Raid 2 a freaking nightmare. Like a legit one. But, with those out of the way, let's jump in, try to give Gear Dungeon a bit of a tickle. So I guess we'll start with Gear Dungeon 1. This one is, what is this one? It's the physical damage immunity. So this is the one where as it gets harder, you have to start doing magic damage to everybody, so your mages become very important in this. But also it gets really annoying. That little heal or whatever the boss gives to the minions where they start healing when they attack, they already hit hard as crap. It makes it very tough, because you have to like, I don't know, it's difficult. Stage 1 though, not nearly as bad. There's no special mechanics, right? So should be much easier, should be even doable for an epic only account like this one. This seems fairly good. Brienne might be a better choice than Idril. Just straight up might be the way it is. We'll leave it like this for now. If we need to change something up, we can. For now, we're not going to worry about it. So I have done this stage on my main account already. I've actually gone to stage 2. I still can't beat stage 3 on this with my main. It's just not there yet. But I do know kind of how it plays out. You got your little boss that spawns in up here, and she will summon like some archers that can see invisible units, so you can't just like a Lara cheese it, I guess. I don't know. Or hats it maybe. But these guys do hit pretty hard. You do want to put a tank down first. If you don't, this boss will like absolutely freaking decimate whoever you do put down. We'll throw like a big damaging ball of doom. For now, it still hits really hard, but you should be okay. Probably gonna pop Greed down here. I'm gonna focus most of my AoE damage on this side, and then hope that Estrid can kind of clear this side. If she's struggling, I can always I can always go, I haven't awakened her yet, honestly, either. I could still do that. Go ahead and pop this guy in. A little bit more AoE damage. Not the greatest of AoE on Navros, but it's still obviously better than no AoE on anyone. But yeah, this thing right here, the Empress's Banquet, she'll pop this, and as you can see, these guys get this little vampire-looking fangs. They start healing every time they deal damage, so you have to kind of nuke them down or you're going to be in real big dookie. I guess I could pop her in here. Maybe pop Navros, start to nuke these guys down quickly. Hopefully. Yeah, so Livian, very nice there. As you saw, she is kind of stunned and kind of reset all their AIs. That is super duper nice. That's one thing I love about Livian. She can really hold up a lot more units than her block would say. She only has a 3 block, but I've seen her hold off like 5 and 6 units at a time just because she'll stun them and they'll have to like reset and rethink about what they're doing. Let's go ahead and get our dudes over here. Deimos has the Lunacy Visor, so we can block 3. Hopefully he won't die, because these guys do hit really, really hard. Like, crazy hard. But for nowsies, it's looking alright. We got this first wave down, which is kind of like my big worry point. I'm going to throw a Vortex up top. I guess that makes more sense. Aim that way. Just for some double heals on Deimos, to make sure he doesn't die. These guys are getting pretty kind of knocked out right now. Yeah, it's looking good. I like that. Plus, I don't know if you guys knew this. Since Livian is a Piercer Lord, or a Piercer, she does get the extra range on her attack, which is kind of cool. Lets her throw that shield a little bit earlier and get those stuns kind of popping a little faster. These bros up here, I don't know if they get the heal effect. They might. I'm not sure. I'm probably going to just go ahead and pop Estrid as these... Look at that damage come in. That's crazy. Just to kind of make sure that this wave goes down. Because this is going to be my struggle area. If I'm going to lose somewhere, it's probably going to be up here. Because my only AoE damage is going to be Estrid, and she doesn't have an ult going. I'm going to have to rely on like a backwards attack from Navros to hope these guys don't like slip past. So far, it's going pretty good. Not quite halfway through the wave, but looking alright. Greed's ready with his ult, looking good. Livian's taking the damage without too much of a problem. A lot of the people, I guess, would recommend you bring anti-healing to this, because obviously that stops them from healing themselves when they attack you. The downside to that, especially on an Epics Only account, is unfortunately there are no Epic heroes that have anti-heal. So yeah, I'm going to have to find a new way of doing that. Let's go ahead and pop his ult. Give him a huge amount of HP buff. He does get a very substantial health bonus when you pop that ult. Plus, maybe you'll be able to take down some of these dudes a little bit quicker so they don't walk past. Looking like that's kind of working. Looking okay. I like it. I like what I see. This wave is going to go down, and we should have Estrid's ult back for the next one, so that's good. That's good. We should be fine. I could be popping Hollow's ult, and I probably should have been. I'm an absolute boob for not doing that and just utilizing that extra rage regen. That's just me being a doofus. That's the whole reason she's down here, is to give everyone, you know, obviously heals, but rage regen at the same time. So we're going to probably go ahead and pop Estrid once these guys get a little bit closer over here. I guess I could pop Navros as well, but I don't necessarily want him attacking backwards right now. I'd like him to focus forward. This is going down just fine. Bro right there took some serious damage, but he'll have his ult ready for next time, and so we should be able to kind of repeat what we did last time, and it worked last time, so why wouldn't it work this time? These are the last 6 enemies, so we don't really need anybody else down here. I guess I could probably just go ahead and like sell Greed off if I really wanted to, and pop in somebody like Idril here just for some extra damage. Why not? And that'll work. So let's pop this in 2x. I guess we can just pop her ult as well, and then we'll pop his ult, start taking these guys down a little bit quicker, and I guess we can pop his ult as well to attack backwards. Looking like Gear Dungeon Stage 1 is going to go down, so that's nice. I like to see that. That means double mythic drop, you don't say. You don't say. I like that. But yeah, so that's definitely nice to be able to do that. That means we can now at least farm 100 runs of this. Ooh, I've obtained a brand new currency, the dungeon crystals. That is true. But yeah, we got 100 more runs of this plus our master keys, so I can do this quite a few times and grab out more of these, which I obviously will be doing to buy those auto fights. Really, I can't even check my gear, you turd. Ugh. Thank you, tutorial. Now I've got 2 pieces of gear just floating around my inventory that I don't know if they suck or not, but they probably suck. But yeah. Yeah, I get it. But yeah. Woo! Sorry for your ear holes right there. That just snuck right up on me. But yeah, so this is what I really want, auto fights for the early part of the game. I probably won't spend too many crystals on just random mythic gear. It's not that great, I would say. Probably grab these out, but really, ideally, hopefully this month with all these summons, I'll be able to push to stage 2 and be able to buy an ancient every month. That'll be nice. Getting ancients, even if they're not great ancients, like if they're just like for tanks and stuff, it's still great. It still adds up over time, still makes a difference. Plus, we do have a small chance at variant gear, and that's always nice too. There's obviously a chance for ancients to drop just from farming this. So that will be nice. That said, we're going to jump in and try to do Gear Dungeon 2 real fast. Whoop. Right, yeah. And try to do the same thing there. So this one's a little bit different. On this one, your enemy is kind of split, and they have more versions of themselves, which is really annoying to deal with. The Death Whisper, in the early stage, throat, not too big of a deal, but the further down you get, the more damaging and more dangerous it becomes, eventually becoming just straight up fatal when the Spectre disappears. It just kills people in range. From what I've heard, the only way to really counteract that is to knock back the Spectre with actual special skills that do knockback. So that's going to be interesting. But for now, stage 1, all we got to worry about is a little bit of damage over time from the Tormented Banshee. Not a big deal. And of course, the split. The split's not really too dangerous, at least not in the early stages. We'll see when we jump in. Greed could be nice for this. Navros versus Greed. I'm just going to run Navros for now. He's cheaper. He has an 18 cost versus 25. Should make him a little easier to get down. A bit. Jump in. The first stage doesn't really... It's not too bad, essentially. You only have 1 crystal to defend down here, which is great. Later in the stages, they pop a crystal in right here, and it gets much, much, much more difficult. But for the first stage, it's not too bad. As long as you run 2 fairly decent fighters down here on the bottom, like I'm just going to run like Deimos and Wrath, they should be able to handle both the Banshee that comes in and the units that split. So there should only be 4 units. That's more than enough block right here, plus Lunacy Visor. We'll throw... Who do we want down here? I want Hollow for ults on the bottom. Probably Vortex on the bottom, if I had to guess, would be the ideal way of doing this. But this is the the Banshee here. Once you kill it, it's going to stay there and kind of do damage over time for a little while. It does hit fairly hard as well, but I think we should have enough heals just between Vortex to probably handle it. A5 Wrath, of course, makes this much, much easier. But here we've got someone coming in up top. How do I want to do this up top? I gotta think here. I've got 5 places to deploy. We've got a bunch of these split bros that'll actually end up popping out where this little thing is. They'll break and walk over here. I want to have Navros right there to deal with that. I could obviously throw Bree in there as well, but I'm thinking if I do Olag and Estrid, that's 2. I've got 3 more spots. That gives me Hollow up here and Navros, and maybe even someone like Idril pointed that way to help shoot this boss. That might be the play. Let's try it like that. Let's get you down here with you behind. Estrid's going to have a main DPS against the boss here. Let's go ahead, pop her kind of like this, I guess. That'll be fine, right? Ooh. Everybody's still alive. We're looking good. I'm probably going to go ahead and dedicate Idril to shooting the boss on this side, just to get some extra DPS out on her. The reason for that is, you go and look at her stuff. If, wait a minute. I'm not showing her here. Yes, okay, yeah. Right here, the Ritual Summon. So if you don't kill this clone within a minute, it actually just blows up and kills everybody around it in 3 tile radius, which is actually a very big radius. So you do have to kill this chick. You can't just sit there and tank it forever. So that's why I'm putting a little bit of extra DPS out here on it. Hopefully I'll be able to take it down in time. and it will not survive, because if it does, we won't survive. But yeah, I don't think it'll be too big of a deal here. As you can see, these guys do split, but it's not too big of a deal. I think we'll be able to handle that. Let's go ahead and get Navras out right here, aimed up this way. Hopefully, as long as we take this chick out before she explodes, we're okay. I may have to pop Estrid's ult, but no, I didn't. Okay, we're good. Okay, so I just want to make sure, because she might have exploded there. I'm not sure how close we were on the timer. If I needed to pop Estrid's ult to make sure she died, I wanted to make sure I did that. Let's go ahead and pop his ult up here. Try to get these guys exploded as fast as possible. Of course, he's going to start attacking the boss back there, which is not what I want him to do at all. And he's going to keep attacking her for great reasons. But yeah, I want to make sure these guys don't start splitting, because if they do, it's going to get much tougher on us, but we did wipe them out early. If you don't, this is where you're probably going to lose. I'm just going to go ahead and pop Estrid to wipe this chick out a little bit faster. Down here on the bottom, we're still looking okay. Everything's looking fine. Go ahead and pop Navras again, start taking these dudes out. I could even pop Idril right here just to make sure we can start sniping some dudes out a little bit early. Oh, she's going to pick the boss. That's nice. Pop Hollow here, get her healing everybody up. That's great. Also, in some of the later stages, these tiles become unusable. They have like little damage effects on them. So, obviously, you don't want to place your heroes there, because then you will die. But yeah, for now, looking really good. Only got 9 enemies left to go. Go ahead and pop Navras again, take out these dudes, but like I said, these are the ones that are going to be a problem, because if all of these guys split, you're going to have 8 enemies walking down this way. Now, I'm not saying it's unbeatable to let them do that, because like I said, if you have Estrid and she has her ult popped, she can probably actually kill all those guys before it's an issue, but to be safe, just why? You know, why let yourself get into that position? Go ahead and pop her ult, chop down this last lady here, and then all we've really got left to go are these dudes on the bottom. Pop this ult, and then it's just this last guy. Just kidding, it's just these 2 guys over here. And then it'll be good. Looks like we've got her knocked out, so we did take care of both Gear Dungeon 1 and Gear Dungeon 2's first stage, and this is going to let us... I reach you with my ult? And of course not. But we can now. And there we go. So, being able to take care of both of these is great. That gives us 200 farms this month to give chances at variant gear, ancient gear, of course, as well. But be able to farm up a lot of those blood crystals so that when we do beat Stage 2, we'll be able to buy some of those chests. But there we go. Stage 1 of Gear Dungeon 2 down. And of course, obviously, Mythic gear only drops here, which is great. Although it is, like, from everything, like all the sets and, like, you know, left side, right side gear, it's all together. Gonna call that dookie butt and throw that away. But, bam. Victory accomplished. Epic's only account, moving into the Gear Dungeon, making some progress, feels good. Main goal for the day accomplished. I mean, honestly, we've got enough of these right now. Well, we can't buy all of them, but we can buy a lot of them. We can buy 8 of them. Let's do it. Go ahead and grab 320 auto fights out. Wow, oh, that feels good. That feels real good. Auto fights are so important for getting your gear. So how many do we have now? 436. That's what I like to see. So we can definitely run some gear raids and try to grab out some nice stuff. But there we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget, smash that thumbs up button and show your support. And I will see you guys in the next one.